What is up, my fellow babes? I hope you all have had a great weekend. Today, I'm going to be talking about the shareholder count that we're expected to hear about sometime this week, if not early next week, about AMC. And really, this is a huge puzzle piece to the puzzle of solving the short squeeze, in my personal opinion. But before we dive too deep in it, if you guys can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure that you ring that bell for the YouTube algorithm. It really does help me out a lot. Also, down below, I do have a link to a Discord that I am a part of that does options plays, and they are absolutely phenomenal. I've learned so much from Penthouse stocks. Like, I cannot thank him enough. It really has helped me become a better trader. I've had a lot of gains. I've had, yes, some losses, but my gains have outweighed my losses, and they've helped me understand risk management and doing my due diligence on stocks. And really, guys, it's a great Discord. Link is down in the description. If you guys have any questions about it, feel free to let me know. But let's dive on over here and cover Adam Aaron's tweet here, saying it's outrageous but true. Many AMC shareholders live outside the United States, especially in the United Kingdom and Europe. Brokerage firms refuse to facilitate shareholder voting. It costs the firms time and money to do so. Any workarounds to this problem violates US law. Switch brokers if you can, so you can vote. My bad. That is huge. So we're going to find out not exactly the exact amount of AMC shareholders, but we'll find out a rough amount. And it's huge to me that some of these brokerage firms don't want to spend the time or money to allow their shareholders to vote. Part of being a shareholder is the right to vote for company policies, company, like certain things within the company. That's part of the reason of being a shareholder, is to have that right to vote so the company can hear your voice. And that's really important because Adam Aaron has shown that he is following retail or individual investors, essentially saying, hey, I want to listen to you guys. I'm really curious to see what you guys are saying about the company and what you guys want out of the company moving forward. It's really huge for a company to listen to its shareholders, because if the shareholder price goes up, the company is making more money, and there is a very happy relationship between the two. And when the company can't hear from certain shareholders, that's a huge deal. And we don't know how many shareholders are on these brokerage firms that can't vote. That's huge. That's huge. It could be thousands, it could be millions, or it could be 10 people. But still, those 10 people not being able to vote and still hold AMC, it's crazy in my opinion. But really, the thing that I want to dive into is I want to dive into my lovely whiteboard that I have here for you guys. And I'm going to talk about this whiteboard until I'm absolutely blue in the face. So we know that AMC has an outstanding shares of 493,280,000. There's an insider shares that are roughly about 2.11 million. We know institutional ownership is 122.20 million shares. So it's huge. So our free float, after we subtract the institutional ownership and insider shares, is around 368,957,778 shares. Our estimated short interest as of today, not March 31st, May 31st, Memorial Day, is 85,570,000. So we can go over here in the order text and we can see that this was reported today. The huge thing that I want to state here, guys, is this is the absolute minimum, just minimum situation. This is what's reported. We know a lot of hedge funds have malpractice. We know that they don't report necessarily the most correct short interest numbers, and there's a lot of illegal stuff that is going on here. So this is the bear case scenario. When I say bear case, I'm not talking about a bear. I'm talking about the bear case. Like, this is the absolute minimum, the floor that we're talking about here kind of situation. We know the shares on loan is 132,920,000. We can see that up here, 132.92 million. We've known that has gone up in the past 7 days. So if we minus these two numbers out, we get a number around 150,467,078 shares. We know from what Adam Aaron said at the earnings call that AMC has 3.2 million retail investors between the United States and Canada alone. And this was announced at their shareholder meeting here in May, and it was referenced back to April. So that's huge in my personal opinion. Like 3.2 million back in March, my bad. I'm sorry about that. But a while ago. That's huge. AMC's price has only gone up, which we know is going to drive more buyers in my personal opinion. And in the past week, we've moved up 100%, which is huge. So that shows that not just us apes are here now, that there's new money rolling into this. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more than 3.2 million retail investors between the United States and Canada alone, if not higher, in my personal opinion. I'm really going to be curious to see what our overall number is for retail investors outside of just the United States and Canada. I want to see really how high this number can go, because what this is going to do is it's going to drive down the average share that each ape is going to have to hold in order for us to control essentially the float, or say that we own the float. Now, keep in mind, I don't want to say that we control or own the float because this fluctuates on a daily basis, really a minute basis kind of thing. But for each ape to essentially, for retail to own the rest of the float, would have to own around 47 shares right now. That is huge. Personally, I own more than 47 shares of AMC. I know that there are apes out there that own 1 share. I know there are apes out there that own thousands and 10,000s, and I'm sure there's maybe an ape out there that owns 1 million shares of AMC. I'm sure, I wouldn't be surprised. But what this tells me is that the more retail investors that we have, the lower and lower each ape has to hold for essentially AMC to have the rest of the float. And what this will tell us is if we have essentially the rest of the float here, what are we trading then? If we're all holding 48 shares and we're not selling kind of thing, what are we trading? What are we trading at that point? Are we trading IOUs? Are we trading synthetics? Or are we trading naked shorts? What's going on here? What are we trading? Because really, when you trade a stock, there's only meant to be 493,280,000 shares of AMC. And I don't want to say I can guarantee it, but I have a very, very hard feeling based off of the fact of our volume on Friday, May 28th was 660.62 million shares. That's huge. That is a lot. That says that the whole entire float and then some was traded. Personally, I didn't sell any of my AMC on Friday. Like, how many? And I know that 90 to 95% of all the apes out there didn't sell any AMC on Friday. If anything, we added to it. So what are we trading? What are we trading? You cannot tell me that there's 660 million paper handlers out there. You can't tell me that there's 300 million paper handlers out there. You can't tell me that. Like it won't make any sense. What this is starting to add up to is that there's synthetics that are going on in the stock. There's naked shorting that is also going on in the stock. And I want to add on to this. The failures to deliver as of April 30th was 198,447. Our current calls that are in the money right now, if each individual person or each individual call was to be exercised, that would be around 19,148,400 shares, because each contract is worth 100 shares. That is huge. Where is this 20 million shares coming from? Where are all these shares coming from? Because we're seeing that market makers are saying that it's hard to borrow. We see our utilizations at 99.64%. Where is all this coming from? This is huge in my personal opinion. And I honestly think that this shareholder count will put another puzzle piece into this and cause the stock to become even more bullish in my personal opinion. And if anyone from the SEC is watching this video, please do something, because this is absolutely ridiculous. There's illegal things going on here. Investigate it. Also, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. And take everything that I say with a grain of salt. Also, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to drop a comment down below in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.